Escape from Tarkov is one of the most unique games I've ever played. Its gunplay is perfect for the tactical, realistic setting it's trying to portray, and out of any of the tactical or milsim shooters that are on the market right now, none of them get anywhere near the raw, visceral feeling Tarkov's gunplay gives off. This is why, in my opinion, the way the game has gone is sort of tragic. The game went from this niche Slav jank shooter that showed pride in the deadly split-second gunfights it produced, where hours worth of your work can be lost in a matter of minutes. But that was the draw. It was harsh, but it was mostly fair. At some point, though, during the game's development, I felt like this changed. Most of my friends stopped playing it. Most people in general that I knew from the launch window have stopped playing the game. And the community suddenly got super competitive. Suddenly, it was one of the most streamed games on Twitch. The new attention the game got was great for its growth, but it came with some drawbacks. With a giant influx of people comes a giant influx of mega sweats and even hackers. The sweats aren't that bad on their own, but it has just felt like everyone playing the game has just gotten sweatier and sweatier over the years. It feels like taking a break from the game for any period of time is essentially suicide. Stagnation is death here, and if you stop, the rest of the player base won't. By the time you come back, everyone is going to be running around with level 6 armor, spraying you down with the meta build ump they just made 5 minutes ago. Now, I may just be bad, but I want to play other things, and what used to feel like a harsh experience has turned into maximum level cock and ball torture sometimes. Then, there are the hackers. Tarkov, as you probably know, has had a giant hacking issue recently. Every single Tarkov channel, and even some channels that haven't even played the game, that have been talking about it. I don't think I've played a game with more hackers than EFT in its current state. It's not fun to come home from work to play your game, spawn on shoreline to do a quest you have planned out, then suddenly you get one shot 1,000 meters away by some dude with a bunch of Chinese characters in his name, crouch spamming and spinning around in the corner of the map. Which is why a lot of people have been moving to another method to play the game. Now, before I say this, let me clarify. BSG does not like this method. It is against their terms of service and could lead to your account getting banned, and I do not endorse it for this reason. I am simply talking about it because it's interesting. The method I'm referring to is known as SP Tarkov. SP Tarkov is a single-player mod for Tarkov that essentially replaces the online elements of Tarkov with single-player alternatives. Now, you may be thinking, man, that sounds boring. Just shooting scavs all day and then looting them will get boring fast. Luckily, there aren't just scavs. In order to make the game as accurate to the online experience as possible, the SP Tarkov devs have put in AI PMCs. These AI PMCs will run around with randomly generated loot based on their level, your level, the time, and the location of the raid you're loading into. So let's say you're level 5 loading into customs at daytime. The PMCs there will most likely be running things that are around your current level and gear you might be having, things like PACAs, SKSs. But then, in another raid, you're up to level 25, and you're running a night raid and you're running on woods. Now, the PMCs will be running around with night vision goggles, sniper and marksman rifles, and some pretty decent armor. You may also think it is extremely easy, since you're fighting the AI the entire time, there's no way it's that hard. Which is kind of true, but it depends. I have engaged PMCs that literally just sit there, and let me shoot them, and spam F1 lines at me. But I've also just been one tap before I even see the guy. The AI isn't just one blanket level difficulty. They're varied in skill, depending on their faction, their gear, all kinds of variables. As I mentioned before with the F1 spam, they also use the in-game voice chat feature. Now, that's not VoIP, of course. It's like what we had before VoIP, where there's the giant wheel, right? You could choose from that. Depending on what they see, if they see you, if they see a scav, they will use whatever they have in there to the best of their ability. So you're not going to be running into the mute army. You're not just going to be running into 6 dudes that sit there silently in a bush. And things like quests, insurance, the hideout, the flea market, that all works the same as online. So if you want, you can just sit there, play the market like you're playing online if you want. Sit there, be the fat cat. Of course, the game will be easier than online. But that also comes with the ability to play the game at your own pace. Wipes aren't a thing unless you tell the game to wipe. And since there are no players, there's no fear that not playing will leave you in the dust. Just keep in mind with the wipe thing, to update the game to match the current live version, you will need to wipe your account, so you can't just use the same account for all future content. One more thing I haven't even mentioned yet is the modding scene. Now, I haven't modded this game, and I don't plan to. I like the game how it is. I don't feel the need to do a lot of stuff that this game can let you do, but there is a video made by the YouTube channel under the name The Butter Anvil that covers the modded side of this game much better than I could. So I'll leave that around for you to look at. He shows off a lot of really nice mods. I just haven't touched them. I don't want to touch them. It's not my thing. Overall, I understand why people may want to play SP Tarkov over the normal game, although I will say again, I do not condone it. It is bannable by BSG, and it is against their terms of service. Also, if you do want to try it, you need an actual copy of the game licensed by BSG and downloaded from their launcher. So you three little pirates aren't just gonna be able to swing this one. You gotta own the game. Recently, Nikita has been pretty hostile to the SP Tarkov project as well. A lot of people are shocked by that, but I think I might have an idea. I'm gonna be talking about that next in the next upload here. So if you're interested, keep that around, keep looking around for that one. It shouldn't take much longer. So that's about all I got. If you've made it this far, thanks. This is the first proper thing I've put on here. I'm planning on putting more up, but down below I'll have my Twitch linked. I have no schedule. I do it occasionally, but if you're interested, I'll leave it down there. Also have that video I was talking about linked down there. If you enjoyed, please hit the big red button. I haven't done anything yet, so I need to shill it. I'm sorry, but I'm planning to do a lot more. Hopefully I've grabbed some interest. That's all I've got. Hopefully I'll see you around.